out of the way, out of his way. Don't want to stay, but I can't leave. And I'm afraid, be held to pay. Keep all the secrets, this blood I bleed. Don't want to see it, you don't see me. And I'm ashamed, and I changed my name. I take his name. You all know his name, that gift of pain. And if I never made a sound, would he still play with the words I say? And if I never could be found to be without blame, could this rearrange, keep all the secrets, this blood I bleed? And don't want to see it, you don't see me. And I'm ashamed, and I changed my name. I take his name. You all know his name, that gift of pain. I don't want to say that these are her words, but as I learned about her story and about how she was not allowed to tell anyone that she was Cherokee and that she would rather be known as Italian or Mexican or something like that, it made me sad, you know, and part of that was my grandfather's insistence. And I didn't know exactly how that felt to her, but I do know how it feels to kind of lose yourself in a relationship. And as I was going through all those ancestors, there would always come a point where I could know my grandfather's name, but I couldn't know my grandmother's name. And I'm ashamed, and I changed my name. I take his name. Ask me what's my name, that gift of pain. I've got my list over here, and I'm already breaking my rules. I'm already like, what if I don't do that one next? I want to keep doing songs for music as medicine. This one is the whole project was funded by First People's Fund. It was my first venture as a solo artist. I've been playing with bands that you'll hear a lot about through the course of this evening. But it was my first time to kind of go off on my own and explore these themes. I had written a lot about being Potawatomi, written a lot about, you know, indigenous water activism and things like that, but hadn't really touched on some of these new things that I was discovering. And this song came to me as I was reading a book called the Mishomis Book. And it's a really great book if you want to know more about Anishinaabe creation stories. The Mishomis book has a little storyline about Mishomis, that's grandfather, and he's telling these stories. And there's a little part in the book where he says that everyone has their own way, and that you can't tell anybody, which way they need to go, because there's many roads to the high place. Girl, I'm gonna tell you what nobody told me. You gotta live for yourself if you wanna be free. This world is our home, and we got work to do. You are another me, and I am another you. And there's many a road, oh, many a road to the high place. And each one brings a thing that the rest can't live without. Each one walks a road that only they know all about. And there's many a road, oh, many a road to the high place. You got to tend your fields, you got to carry the water, gotta make a place for our sons and our daughters. Do what you do and take up your space, 'cause there's many a road to the high place. And I have all the faith, you know who you are. Looking for the answers, well, now is how you start. And there's many a road, oh, many a road to the high place. I am not just me, and you are not just you, but we are something bigger, and together we get through. And there's many a road, oh, many a road to the high place. You got to tend your fields, you got to carry the water, gotta make a place for our sons and our daughters. Do what you do and take up your space, 'cause there's many a road to the high place. You got to tend your fields, and you gotta carry the water, gotta make a place for our sons and our daughters. You're on a journey, so just walk your own pace, 'cause there's many a road to the high place. Oh, many a road to the high place. Oh, many a road to the high place. Oh, thanks. I love that song. You see how I'm happy up here. This music really does help me. It helps me remember who I am, especially when I'm being pouty and sullen about things. I bet you thought it was outlandish. I wore sandals to the show, and now I've just taken them off. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, good. Good. Yeah, speaking of songs that teach me things, this is one that I put out as a single, and I put it out about almost a year after I wrote it. I wrote it when things were not so good in about April of 2020. I don't think anybody was happy in April of 2020. And there was a fella who I liked a lot running for president, and he ended his campaign on the day after I wrote this song. That's how I'll always know what day I wrote it, because I thought it would be a really good campaign song for him. He never got to hear it, unfortunately. But somebody who did hear it is Noel Stuckey, and he said it's a good song, so I hope you guys like it too. This is not the way that I thought the world would end. And though we're far apart, I'm so thankful for my friends. And we will not despair, we'll take this opportunity to better our relations, 'cause we're one big family. Love is the message, love is a deed. Open our minds up, new eyes to see the way it has always been done is now gone. And this is our moment to sing a new song. This is our moment to sing a new song. I mean, isn't that annoying? Wanted to pout, but if you just hum even, the hour is approaching, be ready when it comes. We could change the world with kindness, cause the mean guys to run. One thing you must remember when you're pressed against the wall, that love is never wasted and the end comes to all. Love is the message, love is a deed. Open our minds up, new eyes to see the way it has always been done is now gone. This is our moment to sing a new song. This is our moment to sing a new song. Yeah! Let's sing a new song. Let's sing it. Yeah, let's sing a new song. Yeah, let's sing a new song. Let's sing a new song. Love is the message, love is a deed. Open our minds up, new eyes to see the way it has always been done is now gone. And this is our moment to sing a new song. This is our moment to sing a new song. This is our moment to sing a new song. But I don't know if I told this story on the microphone or just to you guys, that I had been to Chicago, and like this is my third time to come to Chicago in the last year, and I had never been here before October of last year. And my family are the OGs and the Bobians on my Potawatomi side, And I don't know if any of you have heard the name Bobian, but it's there's a Bobian court in your fair city over there, and it's named for my family. And my ancestor actually lost Fort Dearborn in a Supreme Court case that I'll tell the rumor may have been, he was maybe represented by Francis Scott Key. Isn't this a very complicated story? I will get back to more of that later, but on my first train ride to come here to farm last year, I was leaving behind my sweetheart, and he's just a real sweet, good guy, and he doesn't give me much material, so this is what I came up with. If I ride the rails across the Mississippi, if I soar across St. Helen in the fall, boy, I tell you I would do a lot less crying if I never went away from you at all. I would wander lazily around our garden, throw parties every Sunday afternoon, make my living doing something far more settled than staying up all night to play my tunes. And only I know why I get restless. If I could tell it all to you, you know I would. But I can tell you something I believe for certain. I'd never write no songs if I stayed put. Your love is too comforting to spur me to do anything but bask in afterglow. I can't tell nobody nothing about suffering when all you ever do is give me what I want. But a poet needs to wrestle with her demons, and mine were all enchanted long ago. All they do is lay around in adoration until I wake 'em up by walking out the door. And only I know why I get restless. If I could tell it all to you, you know I would. But I can tell you something I believe for certain. I'd never write no songs if I stayed put. You're too good to me to give me the motivation. I'd never write no songs if I stayed put. Thank you. I'm glad y'all like that one. I hardly ever do it. Wow. Thanks for that response. I don't, when I don't play songs yet in front of folks, I'm like, are they going to think this is too sad or happy? What are they going to think this is? I don't even know if I'm sad or happy singing it. It gives me chills. That's all I know. It's a good love song, isn't it? Yeah. It's the truth, all of it. It's been a wild year, though. I lost 2 grandparents this year, and I was the luckiest 43-year-old girl in the world to still have 3 of my grandparents living. And 2 of them passed. My Nana in November, and my Grandpa Jerry on the very first day of this year. And Nana's getting a song, but it's a lot more complicated, and she's a lot more picky than Grandpa Jerry was. she taught me to sing, and so I've got to do real right by her. But Grandpa Jerry was the easy man to love, and he was the easy loving man. And I wrote this song on the same week that he passed away. And I think you'll get what it's all about, and probably know somebody much like him. Building fires or chasing gophers, long hot days out on the tractor, and anything you could make better with your hands. The kindness in the way you loved her, and always stopped to touch her shoulder, and making sure she had whatever she wanted in her cup. Didn't see it coming, so it's hard for us to say. We know you're smiling down from a new tractor seat today. And if the sun was shining where you are, you'd still be baling hay. Grace was in the way you lived, a cheerful way you could forgive, so careful in the way you moved through this life. The way you never gave up nothing till it was done and you were happy, just knowing that you did the very best you can. We didn't see it coming, so you know we're gonna cry as you watch you walking on to that green pasture in the sky. And I hope that you find rest and the peace that we're all looking for today. With the memories you left us of the sunny days when you were baling hay. I'm getting a little teary up here. Let's move on to something a little more lighthearted. Goodness. I don't just write songs about my ancestors, although I really love to do that. There's so many stories to tell. I've got a song on the backup list, that another one that was inspired by Grandpa Jerry, about my family that came from Arkansas, and so I've just got, all these great stories that I want to tell. But I do write other love stories, love songs. Some are not as happy as the one that you heard earlier. So I guess it's not unhappy, but I think I really truly believe that every relationship has a purpose and no relationship fails. They fulfill the purpose they were meant to fulfill in your life, and so I think that this song is kind of an ode to that. You and me are just like we're supposed to be, I guess. We laid it on the will of the world. No matter how long since it's been, I feel it in my chest. Your exit wound is tender and fresh. If I could have you, questioning reality, the distance I would go. I failed, but I promise you I tried. If you think you could change your mind, there may yet be some love to find between us. We still got time. If I could have you, you know I would. If I could have you, you know I would. The echo of a moment, my heart is always in it. I push it to the limit, just one more time. Enough is not enough, love, so tell me what you want, love. I'll take what I can get, love, and I'll be alright. You come back with the impact of 1,000 burning suns. No telling when it happens or how long. A firelight blazes through the night, and you are back again like a comet returns. If I could have you, you know I would. If I could have you, you know I would. You and me are just like we're supposed to be, I guess. We laid it on the wheel of the world. So I promised I would talk about some other bands that I'm in. And the first one is kind of, I'm going to mention Heyleon first, and it's kind of funny because we don't really actively play out, but we have recorded so many albums. We love to be in the studio. There's at least 7 of us on all 3 of the albums that I have over there. Your basic bluegrass instrumentation, all original music, and most of the music comes from a good friend of mine. His name is Mike Helvey, and I've kind of adopted him. He's a really great, wonderful person, and he's been writing songs for over 50 years, and he's sort of our the Patronus or something of our campsite at the Walnut Valley Festival. He's like the camp dad, you know, and so we'd like to play, you know, jam to his songs, and then Heyleon sort of is this project where we get to record them and really flesh them out and make them sound amazing. And I'm very proud of the work that we have done. And this is one of my favorite songs from the Heyleon, newest Heyleon CD. It's called The Stranger, the album is. But this song is called Cove. And he wrote this song before we even met, but I think he wrote it for me, I'm pretty sure. Feeling that we had for the past. Side by side we traveled the unknown, drifting across the skyline, set out on our own. Then the little time we had was gone. We never did much talk about the time that was to come. We We lived each day as if a world alone. And when it all caught up with us too late, we realized we'd grown apart and we were far from home. Sunlight shining on the water, seabirds slowly soaring to the heights. Walk again the paths we strolled together, now alone against the coming night. Looking back on time we was together, seemed like we was always in the light. But living life, you don't get no rehearsal. You only got one chance to get it right. To get it right. Dark night descending presses on your mind. It's time, my friend, to either stay or go. But if you sometimes think about still waters in the cove, I pray that you will return here to your home. Sunlight shining on the water, seabirds slowly soaring to the heights. Walk again the paths we strolled together, now alone against the coming night. Looking back on time we was together, seemed like we was always in the light. But living life, you don't get no rehearsal. You only got one chance to get it right. To get it right. Mike Helvey, thank you very much. Wow. I love singing that song. I am not the person he wrote that song about or for, but I really love singing it. I think it's a beautiful song. And it's so cool. Good songs, like anyone can see themselves in it, you know. It's a song that there's got to be a line or two in there that just tug a little, you know. And I think that one really covers all the bases. Heyleon and Weda Skirts are the two projects that Weda Skirts and we tour a lot more. We're going to be at the Walnut Valley Festival in Winfield, Kansas in September, a Lovegrass Festival in Kansas in August. And we've got to play for a good long while. We have 2 albums. I don't have a single one of them over there. Sorry. They are all online under These Skirts because we had to change some names. I've got some download cards that I can give to you guys and help you find our music. And we are coming out with a new album that is a live recording that is going to be on vinyl only because we're going to be a little bit weird and obscure that way. But we have a lot of good fun. And so I want to do, for the last song for this, I don't want to say the last song because somebody said they might leave at the break. I said I was going to make this one a little longer. Maybe I'll make this maybe last song. I'm not sure. But I wanted to do at least one of the songs that I do with Weda Skirts in this set. So this one's called Down by the River. We've been living high on the hog since the tax check came and went. We don't know how to save no money, but we dang sure get it spent. We got just enough for a 12-pack and a couple more gallons of fuel. And if I can't spend no money tonight, I'm still gonna spend it with you. And let's go down by the river tonight. Let's go down by the river tonight. Look at the stars above and make sweet love. It's going down by the river tonight. Well, you came here to go fishing. I came here to get saved. I'm gonna stick my toes in a river that flows and rolls all my sins away. We'll have ourselves communion with sandwiches and homemade wine. And I ain't gonna make it to church tomorrow, but tonight I feel divine. And let's go down by the river tonight. Let's go down by the river tonight. Look at the stars above and make sweet love. It's going down by the river tonight. Look at those stars above and make sweet love. It's going down by the river tonight. I think I'll squeeze one more. Can I get one more in the set? Sure. You're going to have to get the hook out and drag me off the stage.
I lost the hook.
I talked about my Nana earlier, and my Nana had me on a stage like the weekend after I could walk. She had me up there doing anything and everything, dancing, singing in church. We went to acting lessons. We did all those things. And so I just feel really, I'm an introvert with a stage problem, I think is what it is. I have an addiction to audiences. But I will totally get off and take a break, and we can talk about the T-shirts and the albums that I have. And I've got a little mailing list if you want to stay updated. And yes, I'm going to have a really great weekend in Chicago, so I'm really happy to be here. And thanks for listening this far. And I do hope you stick around. We'll just take a long enough break to get a little drink, and if anybody wants anything, they can pick it up, and then I'll hop right back up here. Okay? I promise. But this song is kind of a love song to all my music buddies back home. I am very lucky to have a lot of really, really wonderful people in my life, and I get to play music with a lot of them, and they're really, really awesome folks. Kansas has a vibrant, beautiful Americana bluegrass scene, and I'm missing 2 of my boyfriend's band shows this weekend, which is super sad. They're the Dwayne brothers. You should look them up if you like crazy bluegrass music. Anyway, I'm just going to blab about all my friends if I don't stop. But this one is called Glad We Came, and I think that everyone can think of folks that this song, can speak to with yourself. I mean, it's really kind of a miracle that I get to be in the same point of the universe at the same time as these people who I just really like so much. So that's what this song is about. I don't know how we got here, but I'm so glad we came. Use our days to do the good work. In the night we love and play, and we may not be family, but we're kindred just the same. And I don't know how we got here, but I'm so glad we came. You're the friend of a lifetime, and I will walk the path with you. And if dark days come upon us, hold your hand is what I'll do. And we may not be family, but we're kindred just the same. And I don't know how we got here, but I'm so glad we came. Of all the souls and all the lifetimes, how did this come to be? I'm so glad I didn't miss you. The ages brought you to me. We may not be family, but we're kindred just the same. And I don't know how we got here, but I'm so glad we came. Of all the souls and all the lifetimes, so glad we came. Thank you, miigwech, iguin.
Okay. Well, she kind of faked me out. I was like halfway up here, and she goes, I'll play one more song. And I thought, there can never be enough songs. So they didn't come here to listen to me. So we'll take a short break. Washrooms are out the door and to the left. As soon as I step back to the controls, the merch lamp will be lit. So you can stop up there, and she wouldn't mind leaving some of that stuff here with you.
Not one little bit. My van is very full.
Yeah. All right, so take a break. We'll be right back.
Oh, give me one more. Okay. Okay. Yeah, do that. Really good. They really are. Aren't they? Oh, okay. All right. Good. Yeah, you're a natural singer. I can see why your grandma pushed you. Well, there's this story she loved to tell. On the day I was born, and it's probably not true, but that didn't stop her from telling. She was. On the day I was born, they heard me cry. My Nana and my granny. Sorry, I'll hold it up. We're sitting in the waiting room, and they heard me cry. And she said, my granny said, it sounds like a boy, and Nana said, no, that's an alto. I don't think that's how it really happened. She loved telling us.
If you mention something about the challenge that, then I can follow up with people who I'm born in kinship.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I have like
the caravan, that people can go on.
Yeah. You like that? Make me an offer, honestly.
And I think what I'm going to do is stay for a couple songs. Okay. I'm fading now, and it's just that it's not safe for me to be on the road.
It's a little rough. It needs to go through the rough.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's great. Like I said, you can make me an offer.
Well, that's good.
I'm just trying to
And you're staying?
some of those, that have been hanging out for a while. Gotten designs. I love that one. Yeah. Stephanie, doing music with the design.
Well, there's a couch in there.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for coming. It's taking a chance on me. I'm ready when you are.
You need a washroom break or anything?
It's not bad. She listens to this kind of like when we're on the road.
Or when you can. Careful of your guitar. It's kind of.
Oh, it is. It's
Square on the. Okay, for all of you brave folks who are going to just hear the music anyway, not worried about getting a little wet.
This is a nice, safe place to be, right?
Well, you're in the basement. I
Right.
mean, cement walls all around, and like that. So next Friday we have Shauna Casby here in the coffee house, same time, same place. 1 week later. Tomorrow is a sing around in this room from 2 to 4. You can bring your voice. You can bring an instrument. You can bring your ears to listen, or all of the above. 2 to 4 in this room. There's a a group leader, and it's a lot of fun. Sunday. In beautiful Woodstock, Illinois, is the Woodstock Folk Festival. And I have to give a shout out to Carol, who might be listening, because she's been bugging us.
Hi, Carol.
Make sure that you talk up this lady right here. So we've been talking about this and said, she sounds pretty good. And so you'll be there, and now you don't even know what time.
I think it says 2:45 or something, but I know it starts at noon.
It does. The best thing to do is to get there early, get a good spot to park on the square. You go across the street to the Two Yoke restaurant for breakfast. I'm giving away my plan. And then you can, meander. There's going to be merch. Many of the performers bring their merch. Some of the Woodstock people have miscellaneous this and that. But it's all, don't do that to me. John, he's messing with me. So Woodstock, Illinois. It's a long ride, but it's well worth the trip. I've been there now many times, and I'm going again. Also, Labor Day weekend. This is kind of an advance notice. Is that we're back on the island in Geneva for the Fox Valley Folk Fest. You want to say that slow and deliberate, because otherwise you could get in big trouble. So that is Sunday and Labor Day Monday on the island. There's a main stage. There's 3 lesser stages, and you can go there and have great music and like that. So, without further ado, now that you're tuning, I'll give you 30 seconds more. All right. What's my name? Oh, see, I've got them well trained. A couple weeks ago, everybody was chit-chatting. I walked up, and they stopped talking. I said, boy, I've got you guys well trained. I don't even have to, ask to get your attention. All right. Sandals are off. Susan is my one groupie from way back when. So with that away, take it away.
Thank you, John. These next couple of songs are both on the Skirts album called Mother. And I wrote them both on the same day. It was a day in January of 2017. And I don't know if you remember those times, but they were not all that pleasant either. We had just done the Women's March in Topeka. Weda Skirts had. And we played on the steps of the Capitol that day. And that was a really cool day. And my dear Auntie Debbie, she was with us, and I think it was on the way home that she said, you were going to write a song about the mother, about our Mama Earth, about Segmaquay. And I said, okay, whatever, Debbie. And then after this song had been kind of spilled out onto the paper, I realized that she was right, and I had done it. And this is a song that is not just about the mother, but from the mother to us, to her children. We are all children of this Mother Earth. We are all brothers and sisters. And I'm really inspired by a performance I saw Tuesday night. C. Hassan, they're friends of mine. They're Dene. And they are really outspoken about what they believe. And they really admonish that crowd that, you know, every one of us has indigenous roots. We are all indigenous people from somewhere. We all came from a place. And if you go far enough back, you know, before certain places got colonized and before we sort of, you know, got into this, got away from our connectedness with the mother and more dependent upon systems, that we all come from people who knew their place and who communed with that place. And so this is a song from the mama to you, her baby. You and I, we are the same. I'm the place from whence you came. Gave you bones, I gave you blood. Turn your face toward the sun. And stay with me a little while. And sow your seeds. Drink deep. You'll remember who you are. Remember who you are. Who you are. Stay with me. You will see. You and I, we are the same. Dust to dust, from whence you came. Everything returns to one. Turn your face toward the sun. Stay with me. Stay with me. So these two songs, as I said, were written on the same day, and when I shared them with my friends, I think on Facebook or something, one of my mentors, Marva Weigelt, who's amazing, said, "You really got into some revelation and revolution," and I think about that, all the time when I sing those, and you got to have one to have the other, and a lot of people do mistake this for a protest song, but it's a love song. It's a love song for all the things that can't speak up. It's a love song for the water, and it is a love song for those who will do anything to protect it. Mama, they said it's a felony to stand up for the water that we drink. So I put my body in the way of the machine that was digging up those graves. Well, they dug up the place where my grandmama lay. Now they wanna put me in jail. All these uneven ways keep my people as slaves. Let me say, the black snake will fail. Well, the old ones say there are two different ways. You can go with the gold or go with the green. And it's gonna take a change in our ways. And all our prayers for the water to be clean. Well, they dug up the place where my grandmama lays. Now they wanna put me in jail. And all these uneven ways keep my people as slaves. Let me say, the black snake will fail. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Thank you. It did, by the way. It did fail a couple times now, I think, sadly. And I think I have mentioned I am Potawatomi, Bowe Wadmi Ndao, Shishibeni and Debenagwis. I'm from the citizen band of Potawatomi down there in Oklahoma. Jigwe Ondodem. I'm a Thunderbird clan adopted by my clan mama, Kathy. Shkode Manidokwe. And I'm very thankful for the language teachers and the cultural teachers that we have in our group. At the time that has anyone read Braiding Sweetgrass? Do you guys know? So if you haven't, it's a really wonderful book. Robin Walkimmer is the author, and she is citizen band as well, and just a lovely, wonderful person from a lovely family. And at the time that she wrote Braiding Sweetgrass, she put in an account of our language conference, which happens every year at our gathering, which is just coming up in 2 weeks. I'm going home for a week and turning around and coming back through Chicago to go up to Battle Creek, Michigan for our gathering. And there's a language conference there every year. And at the time that she wrote the book, she recalled an account where there were 9 first language Bowe-Wa-Miwin speakers left. And I know that last I heard there were 2. And we just lost another elder from Pokagon Band, and I don't know if he was counted, as one of those first language speakers or not. So it's very sad, in a way. I mean, not in a way. It's very sad, period. I mean, there's just no way around it. There's so much that you lose when you lose a language, especially an indigenous language, because it is not just words. It's a worldview. It's a way to see the things that it's a way to process information. It really does change your mind when you learn Potawatomi, when you learn an indigenous language and how it relates. And it's very, it's almost, in a lot of ways, it's specific to this place. It's specific to the lakes. It's specific to a place where wild rice grows. It's specific to all of these things. And so learning the language has been a journey for me, and it's been like 2 steps forward and 6 months of not practicing, for a lot of years. But I do try my best to pick it back up and keep going because I feel like it is really important. I'm saying a lot to get to the point here. Robin sent me an email a couple of years ago. This was in 2020. And the former governor of Delaware, his name is Jack Markell, he had written a poem, and he wanted to work with a Potawatomi musician to turn it into a song. And so he was inspired by that chapter in Braiding Sweetgrass about the 9 remaining. So, I included that line, 9 remain. That was the title of the poem. But I did have to kind of twist it around and give us some hope, So the new title of the song is Speak Again. Oh, and I have stickers of our movie poster because this music video, it was filmed in Nicole's garage at her grandpa's house in Tecumseh, Oklahoma, when she was taking care of her grandpa at the end of his life. And it went all the way to Hollywood last year. So this just kind of speaks to what the creativity, that abounds among our people. I appreciate her so much and hope you go and look the video up and just watch it. Speak Again. They must have felt when our elders lost their way, deprived of ancient words amid the autumn maze. I tried to understand, to learn the music from those days. Words were hard to comprehend, but the rhythm held its sway. We danced with those who've gone before, their shadows from the moon. The rings of fire speak to me, our elders' haunting tune. And though they may be quiet, a language near erased, Where once a nation spoke as one, only 9 remained. Only 9 remained. Tobacco to the elders cannot learn our native tongue, but there were very few who still commune beneath the sun. They see us in our struggle to learn the language that they spoke, our pitiful expressions sending prayers amid the smoke. We danced with those who've gone before, their shadows from the moon. The rings of fire speak to me, our elders' haunting tune. Let their voices be remembered, let our language take its place. Where once a nation spoke as one, we will speak again, we will speak again. So I'm going to say 2 words. And the first word means our children, and the second word means our elders. Let their voices be remembered, let our language take its place. Where once a nation spoke as one, we will speak again, we will speak again. Thank you. Are we okay? Is everything okay out there? It's raining. Okay. I'm not worried. I'm from Oklahoma, y'all. I'll go out and check on it if you want me to, as it comes, as the tornadoes approach. Yeah, so this is what I do. I write songs, and I write it about a wide variety of stuff. But I wanted to share a couple other things that I do. Play with bands. I also like to wait tables. But then I just founded a nonprofit called Good Way Gardens, and Good Way Gardens is all about putting sustainable agriculture and art together. I think visual art, it's kind of easy. We see still life of flowers. We know that visual art and the natural world go together, but how do performing arts and nature, how can they go together? How can we create more opportunities for those two things to go together? And as I was sort of forming this nonprofit, one of our projects is we have a Four Sisters garden at a property that's owned by the local historical society that they're letting us use and all this stuff. And then my friend came to me. I've been working on this new album. It's going to be out, putting singles out later this year. And I have a Patreon if you'd like to help me and support that project. It's you can look it up on my name. But he came to me with this song, and he was like, would you like to sing this song? And I was like, are you kidding? This is my song. You wrote me a song. And he was like, yeah, I totally wrote you a song. So this is called Sweet Sisters. And it's very just like on brand for where I am in my life right now. I just have to remember how it starts. That's how it goes. All right, ready? Let's plant a garden for the sisters three. Plant a row of corn, a row of squash and beans. The corn gives the bean vine a place to grow. The squash leaves shade the earth below. How do we pass what the elders know? Singing songs while planting rows. To learn what you sow is what you reap. You gotta love the crow and the bumblebee. Let's go down where the honeysuckle grows, down by the creek where the water flows. We can plant our seeds and sow our oats. It's easy. Oh, you gotta have rain and you'll have sunshine. It takes both in a little bit of time. Life is good and it's yours and mine. For the land where I used to be. On the prairie wind you hear the elders sing. If you've lost your sisters, just sing these notes and you'll find yourself where the honeysuckle grows. Let's go down where the honeysuckle grows, down by the creek where the water flows. We can plant our seeds and sow our oats. Oh, you're gonna have rain and you'll have sunshine. It takes both and a little bit of time. Life is good and it's yours and mine. Thank you. I can't believe it's already this time that it is. And so, yeah, I will wrap it up with a song or two here. Does that sound good with you guys? Can you hang on a little bit longer? Okay. Now I'm looking at so that song is going to be the first single. It'll come out in November, right around the harvest time. And it is the first single from an album that's titled Wanderlust. And it was recorded with some friends of mine down in Oklahoma with full band set up, and it's really great. I'm really excited, very, very excited about this album. I really think it's going to go places. So I hope that you'll all follow up with me, however you do. Join my email list, whatever. I want to share it with you. So keep in touch, okay? I'm really bad at sending emails, so joining my email list is extremely safe. The threat of actually getting an email is extremely low. So go ahead and give it to me, and maybe when it comes out, I'll remember to send out an email. But this is a song that there's actually 2 different versions of on the album, and this is another one of those songs that was medicine for me. I lost just a year ago. I lost 2 men on the same day, both really important to me, and both were tragic. Both were very tragic events. Took out my best friend and then my best friend's dad on the same day, and I thought they were both, just like these preventable things, But who am I to say? And I struggled so much in that time. But I had also just seen my best friend's baby be born, and there was all kinds of life also happening around me. And it was sort of, the song is an admonishment, I don't think I'm saying that word right, to myself to make a choice about what I'm going to do today. So I think I'll leave you with this one, and then a little chant that I'll send you out with. I'm very, very grateful for your time and your presence here. You could be a lot of places right now. I heard Big Frida's at Millennium Park. Probably you don't care about that. But anyway, you could be a lot of places. You could be home watching TV. But you chose to come here, and I think that that's really awesome. And I really think it speaks a lot to what 2 East Street Coffee House has done over the past 52 years. So huge kudos to all of you for supporting, for being here, for volunteering, and keeping this thing going. I'm just really, really appreciative. This one's called Lot of Life. So this is a song for the morning. It talks a lot about the East, and that in our ceremonies in the morning, that's when we look to the East and we greet the sun. We greet Mishomas, the grandfather's son, and so that's when we offer our tobacco, and it's when we do our water ceremony with the copper cups. So those are some things that you're going to hear in this theme. Birds compose at dawn's first light, chase away the last of night. Invitation, come and play. We got a lot of life to live today. Lot of life to live today. Got a lot of life to live today. Songs to sing, good work to do. Good time hanging with the crew. Imperfection to forgive. We've got a lot of life to live. Got a lot of life to live. We've got a lot of life to live today. Trouble never leaves us, but there's no one to blame. Brand new morning gives us a reason to give thanks. Sorrow never leaves us, but deep behind the clouds, a burning passion moves us. We cannot give up now, 'cause we got a lot of How deep the well from this day springs, brilliant source of everything, greets us at the eastern door. invitation, come explore reality outside your door. Got a lot of life to live today. Copper up, tobacco down, ancestors are all around. We seek help with gratitude to do the work we have to do. A good time hanging with the crew. Got a lot of life to live today. Trouble never leaves us, but there's no one to blame. A brand new morning gives us a reason to give thanks. Sorrow never leaves us, but deep behind the clouds, a burning passion moves us. We cannot give up now, 'cause we got a lot of life. We've got a lot of life to live. Got a lot of life to live. We've got a lot of life to live today. G McGuetch, all right, this one more for real this time. Yeah. Oh, I'm done. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Everyone here knows what I'm about to say, except for those who have never been here before. Dear sweet Alexa, nobody gets out of the coffee house without an encore. Several of the people here could probably recite this word for word. Do you possibly have one more thing you could share with us?
I will see what I can do, John.
Oh, thank you very much. Otherwise, I look silly.
All right. This song is called Sparrow Healing Song. It's the very last one on Music is Medicine. So I opened with the circle song. This is the last, the Sparrow Healing Song. This song was written for my dear friend Mindy Graham as she was being commissioned as a parish nurse in our small little community of Matfield Green, Kansas. And I didn't know what I wanted to do for her commissioning, and I was literally driving in the car, and this song was just lowered from the heavens for her. So this is for that archetypal healer, and for us to accept that responsibility of intentionally sending out healing. And so it's a chant song, and so we start with, I keep pointing this way. Is this east? Good grief. That's north? That's east. Okay. So we do some songs in 4 rounds, and so this is one of those that I like to do 4, sometimes 7, but tonight we're just going to do 4. And so each time we're going to send this prayer, this intention of healing to the east and to the south and to the west, and then finally to the north. So that's the intention with this song. Way-ah-ho, way, way-ah-ho, way, way-ah-ho, ya-ho, ya-ho, way, way-ah-ho, way, way-ah-ho, way, way-ah, way-ah-ho, way, way-ah-ho, way. Way-ah-ho, way, way-ah-ho, ya-ho, ya-ho, way, way-ah-ho, way, way-ah-ho, way, way-ah, way-ah-ho, way, way-ah-ho, way, way-ah-ho, way, way. Chimigwech. Shkechimiek Guiwabman. I will see you again soon. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you for showing up. Thank you. Tell all your friends I was good so they'll come next time.